Hi everyone, welcome to the Seriously Doughnuts podcast. My name is Bola and this is the beautiful
Abi.
So this is officially episode 1 of the Seriously Doughnuts podcast. Well, post announcements of who we are. So welcome on board. Thank you for following. Please subscribe, like, and absolutely share. So we're going to get in there right away. Abby, what's hot?
What's hot? It's something you won't really like. I know you don't like politics, but
oh, tell me.
Tell me. We're celebrating International Women's Day.
Yes, congratulations to us.
Yes, congratulations.
Well, it's an Happy Women's Day. Yesterday. Also, do you know, as I get older, these things become more important. It's amazing how women are in spaces that we don't realize the amount of power that we carry.
Absolutely.
So for every woman out there, you were seen, you were loved.
And we celebrate.
We celebrate you. You might not get celebrated enough, whether you're in the office, on the home front, wherever you are, you matter, you're loved, and we appreciate you. Congratulations to us.
Yes. And so, with that in mind, the news that was really trending over the week was the unfortunate, should I call it that, story of Senator Natasha, I believe that's her name, Uduan. And
so this is a Nigerian senator.
Yes.
And all these happenings in Abuja.
Yeah.
We're far away in London, but we're keeping our finger on the pulse of what's happening in Nigeria. Carry on.
Yes, so she had, will I call it a tiff with the Senate president.
Okay.
And somehow it got to the point where she made some accusations and about sexual harassment. Yes, and I think the ethics committee were called to look into it. And at the end of the day, she's been suspended for 6 months, and
she's been suspended for making the accusations.
They are saying that it's for misconduct, not because of the accusations.
Misconduct in one way, the way she.
I think what led to the initial, what led to her having to come out to say, "Oh, I'm being picked on because of so and so."
Oh, wow.
But it's just distasteful, really. And you can imagine every woman or most women on Instagram, on Facebook, coming out to condemn the actions of the Senate. Like, really, is this what? But then again, we have women in the state coming out in support of the Senate president. That shows you that you can never win. You always have people.
It's crazy because I think that, I haven't got full insight into the gist, but for what I'm picking up from you, maybe there was a particular route that she should have followed to report this kind of misconduct, and did she report it on the fly? Or, because I'm trying to get my brain around why someone will make an accusation like that and somehow she gets suspended.
Exactly. Well, you have a point there, because when the accusation was made, it was on live TV.
Oh, dear.
Yes. And because they had invited her over to talk to her about the pending matter, which was something about the seating arrangement. So it was started, unrelated. But then her own point is, this is not the first time she's been singled out or picked on.
Okay.
And this is why she believes she's been picked on.
Because honestly, I think women still, we've come a long way, but, there's still a bit of, what should we call it? It's not balanced in terms of what you can bring to the table. And maybe there's a bit of learning for us to do things properly in a more structured way. But I think this just goes to show that as women in rooms that we would not normally be in, There's still a bit of learning for us to do. There's still a bit of support we need from our male audience. Because if she's pulled up something like that, I would expect that they would be supporting her, not suspending her. But I think we should move on from that because I haven't got the full details, and it would be nice to find out more about it. So tell me more about anything else.
Trending news. Let's talk about the law in Oyo State. I think I told you about it, where the governor has made a law that they should wear ashoke at least once a week. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's not necessary? I would like to hear your thoughts about this.
Okay.
And then I'll share mine.
So they made it law for people.
I don't know if it's been, maybe it's still in the State House. I don't know, but his mandate, or he wants it, so it's mandatory law. He wants it to be a law that they wear ashoke at least once a week.
Okay, that's interesting. I like the idea of ashoke. I like the idea of, us leaning into tradition and all that. But making it law, that's a whole different ball game. I'm not sure where my heart sits on that, but my heart definitely sits on the idea of us celebrating who we are more, wearing made in Nigeria more. But I'm not sure if it needs to be mandatory. I know that every now and again they have a traditional day, I think on Fridays, where you're supposed to show up, but that should be something you either get involved with or you don't want to get involved with. It should always be optional, in my opinion.
I agree with you, because I was going to say I'm all for it. But then you said something now that some days you want to have a choice on what to wear.
Absolutely. When anything becomes law,
exactly. But I like the idea because of all the things I do with ashoke now. I love ashoke. Those of you who follow me know that my love for ashoke. You see ashoke shorts, you see tops. They're doing so many things with ashoke, and I think it's good to see that our own culture and our own fashion is
but doesn't it to be mandatory? Must they force our hand?
They say once any day of the week.
Maybe not, because otherwise what will now happen is distraction will now enter. Exactly. And Nigerians, as they say, that's where fashion war will enter. They'll realize and nobody's gonna beat me.
But then that makes it fun, because you're thinking, oh, what am I gonna do next week? It
will make it fun, but it doesn't make it work.
Yeah.
And then people will now be like showing up like they're going to and there. Nigerians now.
No, they should keep it simple. Do the Bermuda shorts or...
Will they have to now tell us what to now wear again? I say keep it simple.
No.
If you're telling us to wear ashoke or whatever,
it's called
they're ready for us to show up in the fullness of who we are.
Okay.
And are we as Nigerians ready for another fashion day? Because Saturday is going to be there. Friday will now be an issue where you're now overdressing.
Well, Nigerians are always ready for fashion. They're always happy to show off and show up and show out whatever.
Yes, sir.
But let's go to our main topic of today,
which is
it's titled Please Behave.
Okay. Behave in what way? Tell us a bit.
So today we're talking etiquette.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, we know etiquette is important in everything we do.
Absolutely.
And these are just rules that are set up to regularize interaction.
Who makes all these rules? That's what I want.
Who makes all these rules?
Who makes all these rules? Who sits on the etiquette committee and says that this is how is the official how to show up in life? How many times have they been around the block that they then decided that this is how we do things? But tell me more.
I don't want to know who makes them, but I think they are important. They're just to help us be respectful, to be cultured, around each other. And it's interesting you spoke about who made the rules, because as far back as the 16th century, 15th century, they've had these rules, especially here in England, where they even had them written. You see all those laws, they pass down these books on how behavior, how to walk, not even just behave, how to actually walk, how you talk, how you laugh. You're not meant to laugh too loud and things like that. So it's been there
went
for
to girls' secondary school, so we had a bit of that, how to show up, how to act ladylike. I love the whole idea of that, but sometimes I've grown older. Whilst I respect a lot of etiquette and all of that, I also love the idea of freedom to live. But I'll let you learn. Tell us a bit more about how to behave.
Being on time. Nigerians left this.
Okay,
They left the social.
I know.
Nigerians left the group chat. Or how good is that?
The group chat is about to be cracked open now.
Being on time is one. Dressing appropriately is one.
Okay, dressing appropriately. Being on time is an absolute big one that we have to look at. Dressing appropriately. Let's go deeper.
Okay. Respecting cultures is part of it. Like I'm going for, say, an Indian wedding, and I'm going to tie the sarong. You know, you should know which ones
the right
color, how to do it that is not disrespectful to the culture. So it's about understanding the culture, other people's culture, and respecting it. Even, let's take Nigeria, for instance. The Igbos wear the lion, and it's very important to them, and they don't appreciate if it's used for anyhow, basically. So it's just about understanding other people's cultures and respecting it in how you dress, how you show up wearing what is their cultural or traditional.
I agree with you to an extent, but I think sometimes people become overly sensitive when it comes to clothing, how these clothes are worn. I believe expressions will always be different. I remember seeing something on social media where a European guy wore Ankara, and the way they went for this guy in the comment section, like, why are you wearing our clothes? No, we've been wearing those for years, and nobody came for us. So are we sometimes overly sensitive about these matters, or is that,
Yeah, I guess to an extent, yes. Like this instance, it's ridiculous. Like you said, we wear the other people's cultural outfits or whatever. Nobody.
We rock it without asking that.
Talking about that, I remember that I've seen something to where someone, a Caucasian, did add braids on, and
yes,
it was a lot of why, but why not?
Honestly, I had a fashion show. I think it was a year or 2 years ago, and one of the models really, really wanted an afro, and I kept hiding it because I knew that if I allowed her to have the afro, there would be a bit of backlash. But she really, really wanted the afro. My goodness. I had a lot of explaining to do that.
No way.
Why did I allow the model to wear an afro? She's white. And as much as, I tried to avoid the issue, my question was, well, we've been wearing wigs and we've been wearing bone straight and we've been wearing, they're just as curious as we are, but I suppose that's a topic for another day.
I know, I don't know.
I'm not ready to fight. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to fight about Afro.
Let's move on to pleases and thank yous. That's all part of etiquette.
Saying please,
knowing when to say please and saying thank you, showing gratitude. That's the part of etiquette. And then you have social etiquette, courtesy, greeting, and this one I think a lot of young ladies today, they lack it. Or, you walk into a room, at least say hello to the people on the table or the people around you. But people, they just walk in and everyone just...
Isn't that like a Nigerian thing? Because I think that, or maybe it's a young people thing. And I'll explain why I say, is that a Nigerian thing or young people thing? Because those are the only two instances where I have personally found that saying hello seems like a big deal to people. So when I travel or when I go on shows and I see other Nigerians, I have a habit of saying, hello, hi, how are you? Introducing myself. Because we're always like maybe possibly the minority there. So when you see a familiar face, you're like saying hello. And you can see the shock on their faces because they are ready to just basically walk past you and ignore. So when you say hello, it like just trips them that, why you say hello to me kind of thing. And then when they snap out of it, they're like, hi, they try to match your energy. But I know that the younger generation, those ones, they don't say hello to you except you're their auntie, officially their auntie. And when you try to, be like, hi, how are you? They're like giving you, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Whereas when we grew up, the whole community would literally pull you back and say hello.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that one, and usage of, you should put your phones away when you're in public, but that's not the case these days. Even I am guilty of that. Everyone is...
That put your phone away one.
Oh, everyone is stuck to their phones. But when you're in a social gathering, you're not meant to be on your phone. You should talk to the people around you.
That one is so tricky, because sometimes you call your friend, you're on the phone, you're speaking to this friend and you're like, let's go out for a drink. And then you finally end up on the table together and some guy is still on the phone call.
At least the ones we've always known. Let's just say it in public. Or
it's so bad now that even our music, even when I'm trying to put a bit of music over like a video I've made, I don't even bother listening to the words because it takes you about like maybe 10 minutes to decide what song to put on your video. And when you finally decide on the song,
I don't like...
if you bother listening to the words,
you wouldn't use it.
You would just sing yourself because honestly, the words and the lyrics back in the days when, of real music, you would have like meaningful, words about love, about life, about ambition. But these days they're like, bah, bah. Like that. So for me, it seems like it's all about the beats, and then if you go past no substance, and then if you go past the 5 or 10 seconds where it's actually trending, the words that follow will shock you. So I'm like, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, God forgive me for this music I'm about to put on my video. Because even you know that
this is not good.
It's wrong, y'all. It's wrong.
So
from the
end, wide your language
to everything else.
If you're saying it in the songs, that doesn't mean we should say it to each other or around other people. So that's one.
Better start
respecting people's
space. Proper music for us.
Maybe I have to release an album or a single at least. Anyway, just mind your language. And then the one of respecting spaces. Have you ever been on a bus or a train with some people behave, Africans generally, and they are just loud on the phone. They don't care about the other people around them. I must confess though that there are some interesting gist. There's some that I'll be like, auntie, don't come down. We must know what happened. I'm back this story now.
Right?
It is disrespectful.
I think that's a part of who we are. Sometimes we kind of like take up, where in other cultures they're teaching you how to take up space Africans go somewhere and we behave like we own this town. We're kings and queens, and hey, I'm talking. I'm gonna get my points across, and we forget that other people are around us. I think it's all about us being a little bit more mindful. But please, sometimes on the hot thing, like you said,
Lord, is
some gist there. You know the thing I have going for me, people say I look Ghanaian. So when I get on the bus, the hot Yoruba gist I'll be going on down there.
exactly. It's supposed to say this is in Yoruba.
And then the woman the front she's getting off the bus. I'm like, don't go. What's that happened to this? What did she do? Oh, I'm very just so because I can't be doing that the thoughts in my head all by myself. Yeah. I'm so guys
Respect people's spaces. Even like when you use the toilet in someone's house or even a public one, leave it the way you met it, or even better, just things like that. That's etiquette. And then we have the phone etiquette. And I'll tell you a funny story about this. Most of what I know about phone etiquette was when I worked at one of this call center when I came for my master's. I had to work on Saturday. I couldn't make that. I wouldn't be at my best. But they insisted. And then I went to work. Yes.
Okay.
And then it's a call center. You're meant to be on the phone. And I slept off on a call. And Bisola, if you want this, do not laugh. Instead of my friends to feel sorry for me, because they actually called my supervisor, and they want me out of our place. They sacked me. Then I was sacked. I slept off. And my friends were laughing. When people call and the person you're calling doesn't pick the phone, there's no need to leave 5 minutes call. There's no need to tell me, what is it? Once you call once and then twice and they don't pick up, then leave it. They'll get back to you.
They'll get back to you
if they want to talk.
One time I had maybe, I'm not lying, somebody gave me 100 missed calls.
No way.
I was so upset.
Like, seriously.
I was like, why? And then after, it was always and it wasn't like I was even avoiding the person. I was out of town. I had to switch off my phone.
Yeah.
And then the person now got somebody else to call me.
Oh my God.
You know when you get somebody to call and they're just checking
to see if you are avoiding.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's
no need for all that. And also there's one more phone. Oh, don't video call someone you've not spoken with in ages. Like my old schoolmate is calling me after 20 years and you're doing a video call. Like, seriously?
Don't video call me. Full stop.
Don't even video call me.
Only video call me when you check with me first.
Exactly.
Even my mom is like, Bola, you can video call now. I'm like, Mommy, why do you really need a video call? And so I'm like, Mommy, I haven't had a shower. I don't want you to see me. She's like, I'm your mother. Pick up that video call. Sometimes they're just in a place where you just don't want someone to see you in, where you are, how you're dressed, or for whatever reason. So,
exactly.
Yeah, please check. Before you video call. Very important.
Yeah,
very that number one is agreeable to it, is actually in a space where they want to do a video call, or even just generally available for a video call. There's a different kind of headspace you need for a video call.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes, it's not everybody you want to see when you're a little bit fashionably vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. And the last one I'll talk about is when you call someone and the phone rings. I think that this is also for the call center 5 times and they don't pick, cut it off. Not the one my phone will be ringing till eternity, like once it rings 5 times,
let it go. Honestly, if the person wants to have a chat, they'll call you back. But to be fair though, sometimes I get all the magic calls
Yeah.
and I don't realize that the person is trying to call me. I don't know what it is with WhatsApp, but apparently, um, there's a different when it says calling,
Ringing and calling.
ringing and
Yeah.
calling apparently are two different
Yes.
things. So when it says calling,
It's not
actually delivering to the other side.
Yeah.
But when the other person eventually switches on their phone,
Yes.
it tells them that they've had a missed call.
Yes.
So one way or the other, the person might become aware that you tried to ring them, but doing it like back to back to back honestly can be a little bit stressful. And it gets the person worried that like what's going on? Has there been an emergency? You know, it's just something that, you know, you're thinking about, and please don't do it. You should avoid it.
Enough of phone etiquette. So dining etiquette.
Okay. Dining etiquette.
Dining etiquette. A lot of us know the common ones. No elbows on the table. Glasses. The way you hold your wine glass at the stands.
Okay, let's talk about the holding your wine glasses. I know quite cheers. I know quite a few in particular a particular food critic.
Yeah,
we're a stall count online on how people are holding it by the step. The whole thing literally comes from when you're drinking wine. The idea is that when you hold a wine that way, it warms up the red wine, and you don't want your red wine warmed up because it changes the taste and all of that. But honestly, if you're holding it like that, you're in the comfort of your home, or you're just having
as long as it's not fine dining. I don't think anyone should be stalking or disturbing any harassing them. Enjoy your drinks, baby. Enjoy your hold it like this. Just
be like, oh, that's not how to hold.
We do know.
That's not how. Please, enjoy. Are you late?
Enjoy. And when you're in the comfort of your home, you can put your elbows on your table if you like. Into your house, your rules. But when you're out, those things matter a bit.
People will be like, you'll be cooking, and they'll be like, you're not wearing a hairnet.
Is it your
Do you cook?
Is it your food? Are you
got your own hairnet on? Yeah.
Is it your kitchen? There's so much more to dining etiquette that I don't even think we can go. I have a sister-in-law that is an etiquette specialist, and she takes us through all these courses. The way you can't just put your purse on the table. It has to be behind your seat, and things like that.
I think I'm one of those that always gets in trouble with the etiquette police because my handbags, I hate putting my handbags on the floor.
No, you shouldn't actually put your handbag on the floor. But it's meant to be behind you.
I can't push my bag and make the truck, you really shouldn't be putting your bags. I don't put my bags on the table. People are like, it's rough. Don't they open out? Like, no. If you know what my bag is made of and how it may be, you should put it out of store. That's it. Yeah. My handbag should have its own seat. Like, okay, sit next to me. Actually, that should be a thing. Yeah.
Anyway, before we go, we're going to touch on fashion etiquette. And I think there's no better place to start than not being overdressed. Mindful.
That one is a bit of a problem. I don't even know what it's. You have to be able to. To me, I don't know what people mean when they say overdressed.
I think I said it the wrong way. Not overdressing in a way that you're dressing more than the celebrant. You know who you are.
The celebrant knew about her party, but
we don't know. But there are
your duty to make sure that she looks good. She's Nigerian.
Of course, Nigerian actually is so good. But there are times when you know that
I don't know.
This one is celebrant kind of dressing. Yeah. No, there's an etiquette.
I don't agree.
There is an etiquette. No, you shouldn't dare tell you. Know that I don't over.
I don't agree.
No.
I don't agree. I don't agree because number one, the celebrant knew about their party way before everybody else. If the celebrant wants to occupy the space of who they are, maybe they might be a simple person or whatever, the person will probably want to elevate, what is normally simple to them.
Sure.
Celebration kind of simple. You then go out and invite people that are quite mindful of the way that they show up. They show up in life looking good or trying to look good wherever they go. It's not personal when that person comes and that person looks good. That person is not there to try to beat your fashion.
That's my point. Some people do
look
it intentionally.
I don't think
There's no way.
but the truth
You
is,
have to be mindful, respectful of your host.
please, let me just say, don't invite me anywhere if you expect me not to look good. My own kind.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like expect. You always look like we always look good everywhere.
So how do you come somewhere and people are saying that you're overdressed? What does it even mean to overdress?
I don't think there's anything like
I don't know what it
in my
means
book.
to
You have to
overdress.
always look good. But you should be mindful of whoever the host is. It's just like red carpet. You have red carpet etiquette. Like if you're a nominee for
Met Gala, for example.
yeah, like the Oscars, they always kind of leave the biggest dresses or for the best actress nominees. It's like an unwritten rule for red carpet. Even though some people would sometimes go over the top, but they always leave the best dresses or attires for the best dress nominees. So there are things like that. You should just be mindful of your host. It's as simple as that.
This is my take on it. From now on, let's write a new etiquette book. If you know that somebody loves to dress up and somebody loves to show up and show out, don't invite that person if you expect that person to shriek for you. To me, when people invite me to an event, and this is how my father brought me up, that when you show up to people's events, you're actually honoring that person by dressing up. So if I come to your party and I wear a boo-boo I wear to bed, I'm not showing you honor. I'm just showing you I just came because you invited me. But if I bother to get a headpiece that stands out, if I bother to do my makeup, to wear clothes that, are befitting of celebrating you, then I'm actually stepping out of my comfort zone to celebrate you. And I feel like it's a bit much when people misunderstand that and they think that you're coming to overdress. Ejo, don't call the overdressers if you can't take it. That's my own, because overdressers, if I was going to have my 40th, like many moons ago, and the theme was going to be, please come overdressed. Because I was curious about what it means to be overdressed in people's books.
No, I think, what I think it is when they invite you for an event, most of the time there's a theme or there's, which is part of etiquette, or you should honor respect the themes and the themes of the party. And so it's all about aligning, or that doesn't mean you should keep your fashion down, or just be mindful of there are people that
tell me to my fashion can go anywhere. I cannot go somewhere. So because that person
okay, it's just like what I mean is like a bride, and then you're going for an engagement party. The bride would will be in the normal, and then you go in something like that. That's what I'm talking about.
If you think about like the Nigerian community, for example, bride's friends always show up almost like a bride.
Yeah, but they won't wear ashoke. They won't go and wear the traditional ashoke and wearing ashoke that the bride will wear.
Okay, so
but they have the special ones that the bride wears. So it's like someone going to wear that.
So back in the days, that used to be like, ashoke used to be special.
Yeah.
In fact, it was called ashoke because it was reserved for special occasions. Now ashoke has crossed that line where it's become almost an everyday thing, which is number one, shocking. So if your friends show up in Ashoke, they're probably going to come with like all these funky styles.
That's what I'm saying.
But if the bride decides not to get her fashion going,
you're not getting
or get hairstyle, that's on her.
You know that the ashoke that the bride wears is different. I don't even like, because it's something you can never wear again. Yeah, it's, you know, the structure that's okay that there is like someone up going for the engagement dressed like that is clearly what a bride will wear. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Fashion is subjective.
It is, yeah.
I mean, when people say that, you know, come simple.
Why would they say come simple? Nobody.
That some people simple is different from other different level.
Yeah.
So for example, when people tell me that, I saw this necklace and they call me and like, oh, Bola, it's so you. And then I see it and I feel offended. Like, this is on me. I don't love it. I feel offended because the interpretation of everyone's fashion is different.
Very different.
So when people look at you in your, you know, whole glamness, there's something they see and there's an interpretation they make in their mind that they think correlates with how you look. That's not always right. And that's not always a fair judgment.
Absolutely.
So for me, if you have a party and you say that it's a wedding, straight away I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I want to look really good. I want to look really good. And if I then go and my glam beats your glam, is that my fault? It means that you did not ready your glam properly in the end.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but everybody
should like you know, Nigerians are all about their fashion, so up your game.
Up your game.
But then
up your game.
Some people actually go intentionally try to outdo everyone, but just have fun with fashion.
I don't think my intention in fashion has ever been to outdo anyone.
You know, I'm just saying that there are people that in some cases, I don't know, just
I just don't that people that love fashion are like seriously misunderstood, because sometimes they do this fashion thing because they love it. And sometimes fashion will show up for you at different stages of your life. So you might just be minding your business and you just see this dress and you're like, whoa, this dress is nice. And then you get that dress. And unfortunately, for the person that invited you somewhere, their dress might not match up. Your own woe might now beat their woe. And then people take it personal. It's not a personal something. Take it up with God. The God that fixes people up right, you know. If you've got a problem with someone's fashion, up your game. Nobody is trying to beat you at anything. You're the one that did work hard enough. Especially if you're the celebrant and you knew about the party before anyone else.
I feel everybody should even be confident in who they are. If someone dresses with my party and someone comes up, that's as long as I like what I'm wearing, as you know, for that is what. So it's about confidence sometimes. It's about confidence,
and I think
you are.
And I think oftentimes as well, people forget that you wear the clothes will wear you.
Yes.
Some people will wear the most simple thing ever, and they will be the ones that will stand out the most. You know, I always say that the most beautiful person in the room is always the most confident. It has nothing to do with what they're wearing. It has nothing to do with them coming out to beat someone's passion. But there is this elegance that comes with confidence, that just covers an entirety of your being, that nobody can touch it. No amount of gilly or sequins or anything can take it away from you. That's what we should all be aiming for. And we should all forget this. You're coming to beat me. My only, don't invite me to your party because I'm going to try to look good for you. I'm not coming to try to beat you.
I'm going to try to look good for me.
Let's try to look good and to honor.
But I always want to look good.
No, I
want to honor. I get what you mean. I'm just saying, and then again, I just want to look, because when you're going out, you want to go out dressed nice. It's not all the time, especially girls. We don't go out all the time. So when there's an occasion, of course, you want to go all out and be happy, look nice and be happy. But let's move on to the next one.
Let's do it.
Dress the way you want to be addressed. Basically, remember that the way you dress is like your brand. So it's important how you come out, because how people see you is how they will address you. What do you think about?
I agree with that. I guess that's been an old age saying.
Yes.
But sometimes I dress the way I want to be upgraded, especially when I'm flying, and you're flying like the class that you're thinking that perhaps a little bit of excitement is due to me. So you don't be like, just show up a little bit. And it always works because the flight attendants are more attentive.
Yeah.
You just open up some more opportunities. Although sometimes they'll just say, you look good, man. Sit in your chair that you paying for. But absolutely dress the way you want to be addressed. It works. Yeah.
Let's be stylish, be fashionable, enjoy your fashion. But don't get in people's faces with your a little cleavage. It doesn't hurt anybody, it's good. But when it's over the top, like we see a lot these days, it's distasteful, it's tacky. There's nothing nice about
A little bit to be mad.
Yes.
Maybe this is topic for another day, shall. So there's this girl I know. Very pretty girl and all that. She's one of those holier than thou girls that come on Instagram and tell us rishi. But we hear that she had a boob job. And since then, she will not let us rest. So that like that goes in our faces. But it is well. It is well. As everybody is wearing boo and agbada, maybe one day she'll find boo and agbada and let us rest.
So ladies, I hope you've enjoyed this episode.
It's been incredible having you here with us on Seriously Doughnuts. Please behave. The fun. Behave. Please don't listen to them. Do your thing, girl. Show up fashionably beautiful. Anybody that cannot take it, that's on there.
Behave, not just with the fashion. Don't talk in people's faces. So,
And if you're sharing that gist, please speak up really quickly. So if you say it, I'll
finish the gist before you go.
That should be part of the exactly. If you are going to Google share your gist on the bus, please let us see it, make it snappy. Don't pull it out like this. Don't let it fall into your skull. Out your stars. We just have to work together. But it's been lovely having you guys. We look forward to seeing you next Monday. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, follow, tell a friend, and tell a friend to tell a friend. It's been Seriously Doughnuts. See you later, guys. Ciao, ciao. Lots of love.